to Cinephile Maniacs.
Hello and welcome to Cinephile Maniacs. This is a brand new video show on YouTube. It's not a podcast.
It's a video cast.
It's a video cast. It's a cast of some sort, not the one you get when you break your leg and have it mended.
This is the cast.
Yeah, we are the cast.
Yes.
In double sense. Oh, okay. So what are we doing here?
Well, this is, of course, Cinephile Maniacs, as my friend here said, and we're gonna talk about all things cinema. We're gonna be talking about Japanese films, blockbusters, obscure fucking horror films that no one's probably ever even gonna see, and whatever this is. Documentaries.
No, I need that one. I need that one.
Okay,
Don't
whatever.
ruin that. Okay, so the Maniac part in Cinephile Maniac is obviously that we're going to do the presentation. We're going to be reviewing things. We're going to be interviewing. We'll have contests, top 5 lists, everything you want to see. And the Maniac part is us hurting ourselves. For instance, in this first episode, we will have a tattoo bet. And let's get into that a little bit later. But first, a brief introduction of us, your hosts.
Frej Karlsson was born in Sundbyberg 1 year before Edward Furlong displayed his acting skills in Terminator 2. His upbringing was quiet and idyllic, spending most of his time cuddling small animals and watching Jurassic Park. In his adolescence, he developed a keen interest in films and ended up studying cinema at Stockholm University. Frej had a brief career as an actor. His favorite genres are French New Wave, hard sci-fi and Paul Thomas Anderson, and all-time favorite film is There Will Be Blood. Other interests include religion, politics, history and Pokémon.
Glista Degelbeck was born the same year as adult actress Jessica James. After a brief immersion into Satanism, he moved to Stockholm and got his major in literature at Stockholm University. He became highly interested in languages and knew of 10, but can only speak 2 fluently. In 2005, Glista not only cut his hair, but replaced literature with film as favorite art form. His favorite directors are Michael Haneke, Noboru Iguchi and Gaspar Noé. Other interests include Russia, theater and the categorical imperative.
So now you know a little about your host. We're going to kick off the show, and in the spirit of making this as good as possible, we're going to have a tattoo bet.
Yep.
And the way this is going to work is that the one of us, your host, during the reviews and segments in this show that uses the most superfluous sounds and words, like will be the lucky loser. And the loser has to put a tattoo on his body. And we've chosen 3 random places and 3 random designs, either which are not very desirable to have on your body. So, Frej, take us through the options.
Option number 1. The what meme. A tattoo that will surely make everyone who sees it say, what? Option number 2. A picture from the infamous film Human Centipede. It's one of the most disgusting things that I have ever seen, and I think we can all agree that this is nothing you want anywhere near your body. Option number 3. The presidential candidate in America, Mr. Donald Trump, the man who has a fetish for walls and promises to make America great again. We can all agree that he won't make your body great if you have his face on it. Now for the placements. Option number 1. The ass. Display will significantly decrease your sexual appeal. Option number 2. Pretty much the best option. I mean, nothing says, hey, I'm a well-educated guy, like having a tattoo on your forehead. Option number 3. The foot. This is the most discreet place, but also one of the most painful places to have a tattoo on.
It's time for the premiere review here on Cinephile Maniacs, and we've chosen the highly anticipated horror film The Witch. What the hell was that?
My death metal voice.
I don't care much for death metal voice. I like pig squeal better.
The Witch, directed by Robert Eggers, is an R-rated horror movie that premiered February 19th, bringing in almost $9 million the opening weekend. During 92 minutes you can enjoy the performances of Ralph Inson, Anya Taylor-Joy and Katie Dickey.
The Witch is set in 17th century New England and follows the unfortunate events of a devout Christian family that gets banished from their community. They settle down on a remote patch of land near a forest so eerie it would turn the face of any die-hard black metal fan green with envy. Working hard to raise their crops, suddenly things take an ominous turn. Infants are displaced, animals starts acting out, members of the family display symptoms of possession, and a raven acquire human sexual urges and take an interest in the mother's tits. Are these indisputable signs of the presence of a witch, or have every family member gone bonkers?
Oh God, my Lord, I now begin. Oh, help.
We've just finished the second viewing of The Witch, and I want to ask you, what were your expectations and were they met?
I had very high expectations, and no, they were not met, unfortunately. In the end, I didn't really care at all for this film. It was very forgettable for me, and the characters were just annoying. There weren't nearly enough gore or scares that I was hoping for.
Okay, and that's a pretty important premise, trying to make a scary movie that you actually care about the characters.
Yeah, I mean, because this one just falls into the same character like those teen horror films like Scream or I Know What You Did Last Summer, where the main characters are just being irrational assholes and you don't care about what they're doing.
Yeah, okay. I sort of agree with you. I think my biggest issue with this film is that it sets a premise, not a believable premise. I'm quite convinced that there is no such thing as a supernatural, and when a movie is trying to be realistic, integrating supernatural into the plot, it kind of falls flat. I do agree that the characters were kind of annoying, and I think the only positive side to this movie was really the cinematography. I kind of liked that. Yeah. Some of the acting performances were great, even though the characters were not. So, what is the final verdict?
Final verdict? 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5?
Yeah.
Okay, I will put 4 out of 10.
It's time for Cinephile Maniacs competition, where you have a chance to win these bad boys.
No, no, he's pulling your leg. You have a chance of winning the Ultimate Russ Meyer collection released by Arrow. It features 19 films of the Sleaze Master, and it can be yours. What do you have to do? Just head over to our Patreon site and become a patron. Doesn't matter what level you decide to support us with in our artistic endeavors. Just become a patron, and the 3rd of May we're gonna pick a lucky winner and send this bad boy to you. For this segment we're gonna do a speed quiz. We're gonna test the knowledge of your two hosts, and if you get the incorrect answer, what happens then?
Then you get an electric shock on your throat.
Oh, nice.
This fine device. So I'm the first to be quizzed, and you're the first to ask the questions. And to spice things up a little, I'm gonna get electrocuted on the throat.
Please put it on.
Yep, I will.
And we're gonna turn that up to maximum.
Yep.
Okay, so the first question is, what was the name of Forrest Gump's fishing boat with the movie with the same name?
I don't know. Oh, fuck my life!
Question number 2. Which country is invaded by American elite forces in Black Hawk Down?
Cambodia? I don't know.
That is Somalia. Question number 3. Who sang The Rose in the movie by the same name from 1979?
I have no idea.
I didn't even get the question.
Don't push the button before the answer is... Okay, so... What is the name of the song written especially for Judy Garland in the movie The Wizard of Oz?
Somewhere over the rainbow?
No! The correct answer, of course, is Over the Rainbow.
Oh, fuck you!
Final question. What's the name of the dog in Robert Zemeckis' movie Back to the Future?
Okay, so time for round number 2. It's your turn to be tormented. For I to be the tormentor. Question.
What do you know about that? Maybe I get all the questions right and I don't have to do this.
Maybe. I doubt it. Okay, question number 1. What is the name of the island in Steven Spielberg's movie Jaws?
Shark Island.
That is incorrect.
Fuck! I got my foot! Oh, that really hurt more on my foot than on... Oh,
What did you do?
I destroyed my foot. Okay, let's go.
Right answer is, of course, Amity Island. Question number 2. Who plays Josie Geller, the journalist who's never been kissed in the film Never Been Kissed?
Alicia Silverstone.
That is incorrect. Right answer is, of course, Drew Barrymore.
It's the same thing. Drew Barrymore, Alicia Silverstone.
Say that.
You could have...
Okay. Question number 3. What is the name of the newspaper man who inspired Orson Welles to make Citizen Kane?
It's terrible.
It's William Randolph Hearst. Question number 4. In Life is Wonderful, the little boy is collecting points in order to get what?
Livestock.
No, that's incorrect. He wants a tank. Tank. Okay, final question. Maybe you'll get this one right. What is written on Reagan's stomach in the film The Exorcist?
Swine.
Sorry, wrong answer. It's help. The right answer is help me. Help me.
I mean, that really hurt my foot. I mean, it was more painful than anything with the electric shocks. But the most painful thing was not getting a single answer correct.
This episode's quick tip is Michael. This is a movie by Austrian director Markus Markus Schleinzer. And it's a story about a boy who is captured in the basement of a pedophile. Now, this is quite controversial stuff, but Markus Schleinzer really succeeds in taking the shock out of it. It's a great movie, one of the best we've seen this year, so if you have the opportunity to watch it, do so.
Okay, so for our second review this episode, we're gonna be watching Hail Caesar by the Coen Brothers. The Coen Brothers, who made some of our favorite films like The Big Lebowski, No Country for Old Men, and Barton Fink.
Yes, but they also made some of our least favorite films, like Inside Llewyn Davis, which is utter crap, and also the Western True Grit, which is equally incompetent as You Are in Bed. So it's with great excitement that we are now going to leave the studio for an undisclosed period of time and watch this twice.
Hail Caesar is a PG-13 comedy by the Coen brothers with a runtime of 106 minutes. It features a star-packed cast including Josh Brolin, George Clooney and Scarlett Johansson. Hail Caesar opened February 5th this year and grossed roughly $11 million on the opening weekend.
Contrary what the title implies, Hail Caesar is not set in the Roman Empire, but in 1950s Hollywood.
Yes, and it tells the story about Eddie Mannix, a studio director struggling to keep things running smoothly, but shit hits the fan when his top prima donna gets kidnapped by communists.
And what was the big problem with Hail Caesar? I mean, obviously the Coen brothers are trying to make a comedy. Do they succeed?
They succeed in some parts of it, yeah, like the one we just saw. That's a very fun scene with Ralph Fiennes, the brilliant Ralph Fiennes. But overall, it seems like they're trying to do too much, and in the end, it just falls short, basically.
I think that is one of... I counted to like 6 or 7, 8 different... And they're trying to do tributes to different genres.
Yeah.
The Swords and Sandal, the rom-com... And
musicals.
It just becomes too much. I mean, the main character, played by Josh Brolin, who is incidentally also very good in this film, one doesn't really get to follow him.
No. And it feels like they have George Clooney once again, and it just feels like he's not really there. It feels like George Clooney is making parody of himself almost. I don't know, maybe that was what they're trying to go for, but I don't know, it didn't click with me.
Yeah, okay, so I know that you like the participation of Scarlett Johansson, seeing as she is 95% of the times you jerk off. But are there any other highlights in this film?
Well, it's the one with Ralph Fiennes, of course. All the scenes with Ralph Fiennes are magnificent. He's a wonderful actor. I want to be friends with him. And
Do you think the dialogue is entertaining in places all the time?
No, not all the time. I mean, they have a good thing with the 3 religious patriarchs in the beginning of the film. That's also an example of very smart writing. But that's also like one of few moments that's worth watching.
Okay, so there are brief highlights in Hail Caesar, but it doesn't saturate the entire movie. So what's your grade, Frey?
I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5.
To me, the coherence of the movie is too important to give it such a high grade. There will not be consensus. I give it 1 out of 5.
Okay, so we're back and we have counted the little mishaps during the review, and final result, Glista lost.
Ah.
So let's proceed with first choosing design and then choosing where on the body that design should be. So
And we brought out the African balls.
yes,
Where did you get those?
IKEA.
Okay, let's not linger.
Nope, that's not linger. Okay, so I'm closing my eyes for extra suspense. Number 1 is the human centipede.
I was kind of hoping for the meme, but okay, so that's awful. And okay, this is really the most important because I really don't want to have a tattoo on my face.
No.
So it's 1 out of 3. I can live with the ass, I can live with the foot, but oh my god.
Foot. So that's a happy thing.
That's a happy thing. That was not a happy thing. That was not a happy thing. This is okay. But it's going to be f***ing painful.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's not linger. Let's head over there.
Well, that's it for episode 1, folks. If you liked what you saw, make sure to subscribe to us right here on youtube.com. Next episode, we're gonna be covering Captain America Civil War, and it will be up next Thursday. If you want to support us, head over to patreon.com. Throw us $1, $2, whatever. Anything would be very appreciative. Thanks again.
These are you quick.